Alright guys, it's time to talk about Bitcoin Cash on the channel for the first time in about 10 months, guys. We haven't looked at it since June 28th, 2024. So that means we looked at it last on this day here, guys. This was this tiny red candle, actually. So we almost find ourselves at a similar point. We're slightly lower. Now let's take a look at this a little bit more in depth. We do have this trend line which has basically kept us down since about middle December, guys. You can see it's hit a few times, this line here, and has tried to break through it. And most recently we did push through on the 14th of April before we had a rejection, and then we finally broke through. It looks like, if I zoom in, let's see if this broke on... It looks like it didn't break on the 21st, but basically on the 22nd. And yeah, it's basically that the candle just moved over and it looks like it, broke out. So basically this line, it is going down every day, of course. So yeah, eventually it does, I guess, have to, we can say, break out. But it did retest this line. That's a good thing. And since then, it hasn't gone under it. So it's actually, looking fairly good with Bitcoin Cash here, honestly. If we go back a little bit, now we had a low here around, let's just say $250. We find ourselves at 370 now. So yeah, it is, you can see it is kind of making higher lows a little bit here. We have another low here, another higher low here, it looks like. So yeah, just, it looks pretty good. Let me take a look at these indicators here for a minute. The relative strength and stochastic. Now the daily is actually, it looks like it wants to turn back to the upside. It's right in the middle though, that's good. The RSI also is pointed slightly upwards, so it has plenty of room to run. Weekly, it's just now getting into the overbought territory here on the Stoke. So the RSI is right in the middle and slightly pointed up, so that's not bad there. The monthly time frame, wow, heavily oversold again, and the RSI pointed up, and it's right in the middle, so that's okay as well. So okay, monthly looks good. Weekly, kind of it still can run up a little bit more. It's not too bad, I would say. Now the daily looks good, so the higher term time frames look good. Now 4-hour time frame looks like it wants to come back down here on the Stoke. It is overbought here. The RSI is pointed down, but it's not overbought. It's kind of in the middle, just slightly above it, so that's not too bad, but it is pointed down. So the 1-hour time frame, yeah, oversold here. That's actually okay. Now it is pointed down here on the RSI, but right in the middle, so it can run quite a bit. Now the 15-minute time frame for fun, it is oversold here as well, and it's almost in the oversold territory on the RSI, but it is pointed down here. It's kind of going sideways on the Stoke, so not too bad. So honestly, like 15-minute looks good. 1 hour, not too bad, though it is pointed down. The middle, term time frame, like the 4-hour time frame, a little bit overbought. So, all in all, guys, this may just slow down for a little bit, and and then continue. I do believe this is mostly oversold, in my opinion. And let's just get rid of these real quick. Now let's go to the weekly time frame real quick. I do want to look at the volume profile on this. Let's go back in history here. Now it goes to 2020. And if I put on the volume, let's just take a look. And the visible range here. Yeah, actually, it is getting to a point where, here, let's extend this a little bit more so you can see it. And yeah, okay, so it is breaking above this node basically here, and you can see that the volume pretty much drops off from this point on, so that's not too bad, guys. It's, it actually managed to keep above this node here at about $282, although it did dip in here for a little bit. It got a bounce there, so that's good. And yeah, it looks like it's going to get into this lower volume, so that's probably going to run up a little bit faster now. And yeah, that's not bad. So let's go to the tokenomics, guys. Basically, it's the same max supply as Bitcoin, because remember, guys, Bitcoin Cash actually is the original Bitcoin, from what I know. And yeah, the total supply, I don't know if this is actually the same as Bitcoin. Maybe it's producing the same. I don't know if it just depends on how much is mined or what and how fast. But I think this is pretty similar to what, is circulating with Bitcoin. Now, the all-time high of Bitcoin Cash, guys, $3,785 7 years ago. So it didn't reach that even in the last cycle, guys. But you're getting about a 90% discount. Now, in the last cycle, if we go back to this 2021, basically, I remember this. It was crazy. It reached up here all the way to about 1650. So that's not bad. I mean, considering it's 370 now, can it make it back? Probably, yeah. Now, I do want to look at one more indicator here, the MACD, and you can see basically it is just starting to probably print that green candle. Let me zoom in here, and yeah, you can see it's just starting to print it right now, guys. That's a tiny green candle. Now, if we look at this, let's look at this like this. Okay, so it can run up as high as about almost like 100, guys. That was the last peak here. Now it can even run higher than that. Back in 2021, it ran all the way to almost 200. So yeah, this has some room to run, even if it just runs like the last time. It was about what, 40, let's just say 46, 45, somewhere around there. And right now it's minus 19. So yeah, I do think this is about to make a run, and it's probably going to make a very high and fast run here. Now, the Fibonacci says the possibilities, of it reaching up here is like $5,800 at the top. But I would say each time you break through a level, it probably gets a little bit harder and a little bit less likely that you're going to reach that number, especially up here at the top. So, the probabilities of getting up there probably will never happen. Not this cycle, I mean. It may happen, just not this cycle. I do believe we can get back to the last cycle high with Bitcoin Cash. But will we exceed it? Probably will, but not by too much. I would say something like 2250 would probably be realistic. I'd probably start selling off if I had it. Keep in mind, I don't have Bitcoin Cash, guys, but I don't think it's a bad coin, honestly. Now, having said that, I do think Bitcoin is more safe than Bitcoin Cash, guys. There really is no right or wrong, I would say, whether you want to buy Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin. I know a lot of people say, hey, I can buy one full Bitcoin Cash and I can't buy one full Bitcoin, normal Bitcoin. So, it's possible maybe you can make more gains with Bitcoin Cash at this point, honestly, because, the probability of Bitcoin doubling this cycle, I just don't think that's going to happen. I still stick with my original prediction, which was up to about 120, but 150 if we got really a super cycle. Now, I'm not really seeing that super cycle at this moment just because all these tariffs and things have kind of killed that momentum, guys. So, yeah, I think 120 is probably where we are going to go on the next leg up. Maybe slightly higher, but yeah. Anyways, Bitcoin is tapping on 95,170 again for the 5th day in a row, and getting a little bit of a red candle today, but it's not too bad. It's been quite tame today. Now, Ethereum actually looks a little bit better. It has, it's actually having trouble breaking out of this little bear flag, though, to the upside. So let's see what happens. It is hanging on to 1795, though. So that is a good thing to see. We really need this to break to the upside, and the next target would be 2130. But we do have this trend line which extends down. I need to pull this down maybe a little bit more, maybe tomorrow or the next day, to deal with first. Taking a look at the market cap, guys, excluding Bitcoin, yeah, we're having trouble breaking through 1.04 trillion. You can see we've hit this like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row. We've just kind of been floating around this 1.04 trillion. But yeah, now taking a look at the dominance, guys, I did mark this little flag here. I said it was more likely that we break down probably from this little flag that we created. And so far, it's looking like it wants to break to the upside, though. Let's see, guys. This is the daily time frame. Now, weekly time frame, this is kind of what it looks like at the moment. We do have a wick a little bit down, but it's kind of hard to see it because I have these drawings. Now, let me just put it back on this. But yeah, the low down here at 64.17, we do need to get below this 64.29. Basically. So now let's take a look at the CME. Actually, it's at 95.575. It stops in 3 days and 1 hour. The US dollar, guys, it looks like it wants to break this 99.17 today, at least on a daily time frame. Now keep in mind these green lines are weekly time frames, so yeah, it's trying to break this weekly resistance. So if we put this on a weekly time frame, this is what it looks like. So basically it's just holding this as support at the moment and just slightly above it. So let's see, later this week where it falls, basically. Now the liquidation heat map, guys, only 131 million have been wrecked. That is actually very low, extremely low. I'm a little bit surprised, but there, today hasn't been much volatility. Now the fear and greed is at a 60 today. Yesterday was 54, so we are going up. I don't want to see us get too, greedy too quick. Now, Bitcoin season is still here. It's a 14. It went down again. I just refreshed this right before the video. And yeah, at a 14, so that is extremely low, very low. So we really need the dominance to break down, though. Now, the bull market peak indicators sell at the top, again, 0 from 30. Best indicator looks like it wants to curve back up soon. There is a little bit of a tick here. I always mention, let me know what you think. Now, tomorrow, very important day economically. We have ADP non-farm employment change, core PCE prices. We do have GDP, Chicago PMI, PCE price index. We got, personal spending. So there's a lot of macro events tomorrow, guys. It's actually a big day, and it's one of those days that could swing this number here on FedWatch tools to the opposite side. If we get good numbers, then, if it supports us, making a cut, then you could see this drastically swing. So we'll see tomorrow. It's one step, though. We do have more coming this week. So yeah, now if you want to subscribe to my channel, guys, and get a membership, I will send these, updates basically in the Telegram. You can see here's all the macroeconomic events today and how they measured. For the most part, it was negative news on the macroeconomic data. Now, I will put everything that relates to Bitcoin and affects it in the Telegram as soon as it happens, so keep that in mind, guys. Now, crypto bubbles, not so good today, a little bit red now. This morning was green. Now, if you want to stake your Bitcoin Cash, guys, go to Coinondo. And, yeah, you do have 27 deals here. Whoops, I don't know why that did that. Anyways, guys, just go to Coinondo and check out all the deals. If you like this video, though, guys, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this with your friends. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys.